Hello everybody, welcome to a summer Thursday here at Now You're Cooking. We're going to make a pasta salad tonight, which is one of our favorite sides for summer picnics or boating or whatever you're doing. You can have it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And if you're going to somebody's house, you ask what you can bring. They almost always say, oh, bring a pasta salad or a potato salad. So we are going to make a pasta salad from Ina Garten. It's a tomato feta salad. It has sun-dried tomatoes in it and stuff, and it's really good. We'll start that in just a sec. Want to let you know that next week I'm going to be making baked Alaska, which is super fun and really pretty and a great display and pretty easy. A couple of steps to it, but it's not difficult. The week after that, I am going to be with a friend of mine who does a lot of boating and camping, and we're going to talk about how to prep food in your cooler so that everything stays cool and you can have food for a week or so without having a refrigerator. And then the week after that, Sarah, our friend Sarah who works here, is going to make makluba with me, which I made this weekend, and oh my gosh, it is amazing. It is so good. It's an upside down rice dish with chicken and veggies and stuff. So delicious. I can't wait to make that. So that is what's happening coming up. Tonight we're making this really nice pasta salad. We are going to start with a half pound of pasta. I find that I usually do a pound of pasta whenever I make pasta salad, and it seems like too much pasta a lot of the time. So I'm going to actually follow the recipe tonight, which is so unlike me. But that's a half a pound of pasta. The recipe calls for fusilli or rotini, which are both like spiral pastas. Fusilli is wrapped like a spring, and then fusilli is extracted. But I'm using the conchiglie, which is like a shell, and I think the dressing's going to get right in there, and so it'll have lots of flavor in there. To this, I am adding a pound of fresh tomatoes. These are store tomatoes. They're not as red and warm and juicy as we really want. But pretty soon, within the next couple of weeks, I bet people are going to have really nice garden tomatoes that they're going to be using in this recipe. Warm off the vine, nothing like it. I have a whole pound of feta cheese, which is a lot of feta cheese, but it's going to be great. So I'm going to put that in here too. I'm beginning to think that my bowl may not be big enough. I have 3/4 of a cup of Kalamata olives, which I just sliced into smaller pieces. You kind of want like your tomatoes and your feta and your olives to all be sort of the same size. It doesn't matter, it's going to taste the same if they're cut differently, but just for aesthetic purposes. To that I am adding 6 sun-dried tomatoes, which were packed in oil. I dried them off with a paper towel so it's not getting too much oil in here, and diced those up, and I'm adding that as well. And I'm just going to give this a stir so all of the flavors can start mingling. By the way, this is going to be a really quick demo tonight, so you can get back out to your summer activities if you're watching live, or just make it because it's so quick and easy. All right, next is the dressing, which we're going to make in our awesome Cuisinart food processor here. Do not ever stick your hand in there while it's plugged in like I just did. So I have got a garlic clove, which I'm just going to crush up a little bit just to make sure. This is my very favorite garlic twist. You just crush the garlic. It's got teeth on both sides, and it's quick and easy. You can pretty much puree, liquefy your garlic. Then just take a fork to get it out of there, and then I just swizzle it around in hot soapy water before the garlic has a chance to dry, and it cleans up just beautifully. You can put it in your dishwasher if you want to. All right, to that I am adding 6 tablespoons of olive oil. So it's 1 garlic clove, and this is linked on our website, so and will be linked on Facebook. I have 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. I have 5 sun-dried tomatoes. I'm not sure why the garlic is crushed and these aren't, but that's okay. I just do what I'm told for once in my life. I have 2 teaspoons of capers, drained. Those are going in. I have salt. I have a teaspoon of salt. It says kosher. I didn't have kosher. I'm using table salt. It's totally fine. And I have a 3/4 of a teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper, and it is fresh ground black pepper. It just makes a difference. I don't know why, but it really makes a difference. When you're doing something fresh, if you're cooking something, use the canned stuff. But if you're making something fresh, especially a salad, fresh ground is definitely the way to go. All right, and I am just going to press on, and you're going to watch this go. It's a thing of beauty. And I'm going to press off, and I'm just going to take a look, see how that's doing. And I'm going to let that go a little bit further. My sun-dried tomatoes are beautifully ground up. I'm just going to pulse this and see if that helps mix it any better. I think part of the issue here is that it's a small amount of ingredients in a large bowl. But we're not going to worry about it. We are just going to scrape this off. It's all going to get mixed up together in the salad, so we're not going to worry about it at all. So I'm just going to add this in here. Oh, it smells amazing. I love sun-dried tomatoes. I love capers. I love garlic. I love olive oil. So pretty much love this regardless. It doesn't seem like a whole lot of dressing, but it's going to be plenty once it gets in there. The thing with pasta salad too is that the pasta will absorb a lot of the flavors. And like I said, the shape of the conchiglie, the shell, means that stuff like this already has a piece of tomato right inside of it. So all of this is going to kind of settle in. If you leave this for a half an hour or so before you eat it, a lot of those flavors are going to be absorbed. So very quick and simple. To top it off, I'm going to add a cup of fresh parsley. This is flat leaf parsley. You can use curly parsley. Flat leaf is it's just a little better for this type of thing. It's easier to use. It's easier to chop. And then I also have, in case a pound of feta cheese is not enough cheese, I have a bunch of fresh Parmesan. This is Parmesan Reggiano that I'm going to add also. I started with one kind of grater, and I decided I want bigger pieces, so I went with a bigger grater. And you can just sprinkle that on top, or like I'm doing, you can mix it in so you get really nice. And why I love this glass bowl, you can see everything that's going on in there. And that looks, oh my gosh, that looks really delightful. All those colors. You get the white of the cheese, the creamy color of the pasta, the red of the tomatoes, the white of the, did I mention the white of the cheese? Yes, the green of the parsley. All of these colors just mingling, and all of those flavors. All the different colors represent a different flavor, which is really fun. So that is it. Let that sit for, I don't know, half an hour or so. I like it myself at room temperature, like when the pasta salad is fresh and just made. But you can refrigerate it. You can refrigerate it and take it out ahead of time to let it warm up if you want to. The other nice thing about pasta salad is if you have leftover chicken or something like that, you can cut that up and put that in as well. So you can do a lot of different things with a pasta salad, like to make it more of a meal. So like I said, I love this glass bowl because you can see what's in there and all the different colors and textures. But we also have some really beautiful bowls from Golden Rabbit. We have the fish bowls over here. That is I believe it's a stainless steel with enamel on it. And we have a couple of different patterns. We also have this really pretty melamine, which is great for picnicking. Neither of those are breakable. I mean, I suppose you could if you really tried, but don't try to break them. And for our beverage selection tonight, we have this rosé, which is from Austria, from this Cistercian monastery in Austria. It is, what is it? Minerally, crisp. Help me out here, Heather.
This is Weigelt Pinot Noir mix blend, and it's a very cool climate rosé.
Very cool
So
climate
very
rosé.
good for when it's nice and chilled with pasta salad.
Awesome. This is a Gavi, a white from Italy, and it is.
It's a medium-bodied white. It's got it's a straw color, like little bits of honey notes, but still good minerality and acid. So if you want something with a little more oomph to it, but not super full-bodied, I'd try this wine. It's really
That sounds
nice.
awesome. And then we have the Banded Brewing Green Warden, which is really cool. These guys, are they in Orono?
They are in Portland.
They're in Portland. So they are in Portland. And in the spring they have,
They're in Biddeford.
or maybe Biddeford. They're somewhere in Maine. So in the spring, the whole team goes out and they collect spruce tips, and they do it sustainably. So they're not like killing trees or anything. And they take the spruce tips home and they brew this really amazing beer with it. It's available in the summer and fall, I believe. And but we don't always have a ton of it. So we highly suggest you check it out. If you can't find it, let us know. We'll give you a call when we get some in the next time. But it's a really fun beer. Put that on some chill. Have that with your delicious pasta salad or whatever you're making for your picnics and barbecues. And I think that's it. So again, next week is Baked Alaska. If I am lucky, Diane's going to be here, and that's always a hoot. So please tune in for that. Whether you see us live or watch us on our website, Facebook, or our YouTube channel, all of our videos are available since the beginning of the pandemic. So we're up to 125 or something by now. And they're all really fun. So please check those out. We'll see you next week for Baked Alaska, and have a lovely summer evening.